Hey, Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, I'm having some tech issues tonight. I'm not getting this broadcast. It seems to be going out. I hope it's going out. Can you guys type in the chat if you're here? Because I don't see any of you tonight. I'm having some serious tech issues. Let me see what that is. Okay, so my chat is working if I bring it outside. All right. Let's see who's here tonight. I'm trying to see. Oh, there's Amy Radcliffe's here. Stardust C is here. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good to see you. There's Lady Bree. Yay. And there's Erin Patricia. I hope I got the right people here. Good to see all of you. Well, I hope chat's going to work for us tonight. It seems to have a problem inside my thing. So if I bring chat away from the broadcast, it seems to be working. Hello, hello. There's Stardust C. Lady Bree. Yay. All right. Well, we got some people coming in here. Welcome. Well, this is Psychic Bob. I've been having a little bit of a break here. And, I took yesterday off. I just have been overwhelmed with the volume of work coming in. And I said, you know what? Even Psychic Bob has to take a day off. So I took a day off. And I'm back with you guys. So welcome to our seance tonight. So good to have you here. Well, there's Sandra Juskin is here. Wade Clark is here. Hello, Wade. Good to see you. Welcome. This is nice to have all of you here today. Oh my gosh. You guys are rocking it. How is everybody out there today? You guys okay? Everybody good? Anyways, listen, Baroness Kolobobs won't be with us tonight. She's got stuff going on. She's tied up. And so she'll be back with us hopefully the next few days. But she's going to be doing some stuff and doing some travel. But I'm still with you. Psychic Bob is here. Welcome. So, I've been sitting here sipping my tea. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I put up on TikTok and Instagram today a video, a psychic minute. I'm going to start posting psychic minutes. I've been so busy today. I haven't had time to put it on YouTube, but check my Instagram. My links for my Instagram and TikTok are below this video. And I'd love you guys to follow me over there as well. I'd be Leclerc. Yeah, it was nice having a little break, changing up the routine, So it's good to be back with you all. There's a therapist. Hello, therapist. Yay. Well, this is great to have all of you here tonight. And we're going to see what the spirit people have for all of us. It's always an adventure. We never know what's going to happen. And tonight we're going to do a seance. And this comes out of the old spiritualist church tradition. And, we never know what's going to happen, as I said. So I hope that you'll enjoy it. For those of you who may not be familiar with trance channeling is a form of mediumship in which a medium lets go of their consciousness and they let spirit guides overshadow them. They literally kind of in my case, I feel like they merge into my body and then they take over. Now, when I'm under trance, I don't know what they're saying. I am not present. So when I come back, it's like I've been asleep and I don't know what's happened. So I won't be able to comment on what they said to you guys till I go back. I'll have to watch the video and see what's going on. But I hope that you guys will, hang with us tonight. We'll see what the spirit people have. It's always an adventure. But I wanted to also remind you, you might want to make it a Psychic Bob Marathon weekend because this Saturday I'm teaching psychic development class. We still have openings for that. And you can register over at my website at PsychicBob.com. That link will be below in the box below this video, the info box. And on Saturday, I still have a few seats left for the Inner Circle. We're filling up the Inner Circle pretty quickly. So I have just 2 or 3 seats left. Maybe 3, maybe 4. I'm still waiting on a few people. But If you want to be in inner circles, shoot me an email over at my email at psychicbob.com and say, hey, I want to be in inner circle. I'm going to send out invoices tonight for that. And I'd love to have all of you be part of it, as many as can be. I'm limiting the class on Sunday to 10 people. Inner circle is a small group. And I'm teaching on moonology. So we're going to talk about what the moon is, how it influences our lives, what we can bring its power into our lives. We're going to learn about the silver rayed power of the moon. And would love to have you join us. Now, the class on Sunday is $50. As I said, I'll send out invoices. If you want to be in that, I need to hear from you. And I'll send you an invoice tonight. And if I don't get it tonight, I'll get it tomorrow. And then we'll see what the spirit people have, okay? So Saturday is psychic development class. That class is only $30. The Saturday class you can purchase at my website. It's already up there. The Sunday class is not on the website. You'll need to send me an email, and I'll make sure to get you on the list. But I have just a few spots left. It's filling up quickly. So, yeah, so you can have a little Psychic Bob. You can do both classes or one or the other. Doesn't matter, whatever you feel like you want to do. But Saturday is psychic development. And in that Saturday class, we're going to focus on how to read in complex environments. And I'm going to teach you about situations I've been through, how I dealt with them, and help you guys learn how to work in a complex reading environment. And it's one of the best skills I ever learned as a psychic. So if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you, come and join us. Does that sound good? All right. Well, I am so glad you guys are here. And I'm going to sit down and go under trance. So I'm going to take our lights down because when I do channeling, I like to work in a softer light environment. We'll use the red light. It's traditional in seance work to use red lighting. So either red or candlelight. Tonight we're going to use red light. Okay, so we're under the red light. I'm going to settle down, see what the spirit people want to do. As I always say, I can't promise anybody will come through. I have had seances where nobody literally comes through. And that's just kind of part of it. So you'll have to be open to that possibility that nothing could happen. It's never guaranteed. So hopefully that won't happen. But I'm so glad you guys are here. And I'm going to settle down. So I will see you when I get back, okay? Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We've got to get control of the medium's vibration. There we go. Oh, how are you tonight? Top of the day to you. So good to have all of you here tonight. Whenever I come in from the spirit world, as I approach the medium's body, I start to see the glow of souls on the earth. And there's a lot of soul glow here tonight. And all of you are looking very, very nice. So we're so thankful to have all of you here. And we hope wherever you are that you're having a good night. Give us just a moment. We've got a few people be wanting to speak at you. I'll be stepping from the body. Yes, Fletcher, we've attained the body. Greetings, I hope that you can hear me. It's always a privilege to be able to come and speak to each of you. We are very thankful for our medium who allows us to use his body to come and speak to you. Some of you here know me, and some of you may not know me. My name is Alfred, and one could say that I was a bit of an occultist and a bit of a spiritualist in my earthly life. I studied magic, I studied spiritualism, and I learned the truths of the cosmos, that we are more than we think. For the last few hundred years, man has been under the delusion that he is only a material body, that there is no soul, there is no eternal light or spark of divinity. But I come to you tonight to reveal to you the truth, that you will live beyond the body. When your body decays and falls away, what will be left will be your pure mind, your consciousness. The physical brain and the spirit brain are similar in that they interact. But the spirit brain does not die upon death. It continues to function outside and independent of the body. When you have a body that is ailing, your spirit soul will become stronger. But it will become much easier for you to accept and understand this change if you develop spiritual awareness whilst on earth. It is true that all come to the spirit world, whether they are prepared or not. But I can tell you that you will have a much more joyful transition if you begin now your journey. Many people say, well, I'll do that when I'm old. I will do that someday, another day, not today. The truth is, many of humans are fearful of death, and the mere process of thinking of death gives a shiver to them. You should not be afraid of death. It is actually far easier than birth. When you first came into the world, you entered into a physical body that was cramped inside of a womb. And when you emerged from the womb, you felt this body constricting you. You were blinded by glaring light around you, and you felt constricted, almost suffocating. Most of us forget this memory. There are, I suppose, some who can remember it, but very few. When you die, it is the exact opposite. You simply breathe out, and then you are out of your body. There is no cramping, there is no suffocation, there is no pain, really. At the moment of death, the physical pain of the body ceases immediately, except there are, I should say, a few pains that continue after death. Some of the pains that continue after death are connected to addiction. If you have a strong predilection for alcohol, drugs, smoking, these cravings will stay with you upon your death. You will find yourself in the spirit world, desiring a drink or a cigarette. It would do all of you well to conquer these vices whilst alive. Find a way to let yourself have moderation. In the spirit world, it is not an issue of being a teetotaler. You can smoke here, you can drink here, but they will avail you nothing. It will be mostly a habit of the mind. So if you discipline your mind on earth to not be craving such addictions and such things, you shall be free of that craving, and when you arrive in spirit, you shall be much happier. I cannot tell you of the souls that I've seen over here, wandering around begging for a cigarette, only to be told, sir, why are you seeking that? It's not needed here. Some souls, for some, it's a very slow process to understand how to adapt to life in the spirit world. But I come to tell you that if you learn a few things such as self-discipline, letting go of your excesses, understanding balance and peace of mind, learning to love, these sort of traits will be imbued in your soul. and they will allow you a greater peace. So today I encourage you, try to find peace within. For some of you, a gentle meditation practice would be a wonderful way to start. For those of you who already practice meditation, practice service in the world, kindness and love. It is true that the soul has a balance between physical acts of mercy and kindness and spiritual acts of goodness and high thought and high vibration. And if you can learn that balance, you will let go of your cravings, you will let go of your pettiness, and you will find a peace that will make your transition to the world of spirit much easier, much more joyful, much more tranquil. I leave these thoughts with you today. I hope that they will help you along your journey. My name is Alfred. Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We've got to get control of the medium's vibration. There's a lot of electrical current in the air tonight. Oh, there we go. Well, we've got one of your favorites here. She's just itching to talk to you. So I'll step out of the way. Greetings, my dears. Can you hear me? This is Rose. Fletcher, something's wrong. The voice is not straight. Oh, give us just a moment. We're having trouble adjusting Rose's vibration so she can come in and speak to you. There we go. Bring it up a little more. Can you hear me? Fletcher is still weak. Hold on down. There we go. Can you hear me, my dears? Oh, forgive me for that difficult entry. Sometimes when we come into the body, our frequencies are not, well, how do you say, the vibration is not high enough to be able to fluctuate the physical apparatus. But fortunately, I think we've got it right now. I do hope all of you can hear me. My name is Rose, for those of you who don't know me. You know, I've been so privileged to work with this medium. Our dear Bob puts a lot of effort out to allow us to work through him. And I must tell you that over here in the spirit world, it is not forgotten. Not for one moment is it forgotten. Some of you out there feel a calling to be a medium. And we over here in the spirit world most wholeheartedly encourage it. To do this form of work for spirit is a special work. You must be called to it. Not every medium is a channel. Oh, I suppose that all channels in the sense they bring messages, but to be a trance channel is a special calling, for it requires a medium to sacrifice his own body for the use of the spirit world. It is not something that should be entered into lightly, for there is a true bond of friendship that must exist between us and you for this to occur. Some of you all your life have been channeling, and this brings us great joy. We encourage, if you have a propensity to receiving us this way, that you continue to develop it. Remember, my dear, all things in balance. Over here in the spirit world, we're very eager to work with people. But some mediums are so eager to work with us that they forget also the balance. Over here, our frequency is much higher, and it does take a strain on the physical body. But hopefully, the physical body will adapt to our frequency. We'd like to think of it as a balancing act. A little bit of your power, a little bit of our power. And together we find the middle ground, my dear, to make it all come together nicely. Well, we are very thankful for any opportunity we get to visit with you through this medium. And I tell you, I have a little soft spot in my heart for him. For even when he's at the end of his rope, He's always available for us, and we are very, very thankful. Never take your mediums for granted, my dear. They do such good work in the world. There are many of you here who are also doing great work in the world, and I wish to let each of you know that the spirit world knows your hearts and minds and souls. Some of you think, oh, I can do nothing for the world. I'm just a trifling little person. My dears, never think of yourself as less than. You are all veritably children of the Spirit, the Most High. Here we call him infinite intelligence, the great Spirit that created all life. God, if you will, Spirit, if you will, infinite intelligence, if you will. You are children of that. Each of you has within you a spark of divinity. Your very soul is infused with the power of light. And we want all of you to know that if you want that light in your life, all you must do is ask for it, want it, desire it. There is no such desire as service of the Spirit and service to humanity that will not be aided by our side of life. There is much suffering on the earth, and those of you here tonight, you have heard our call. We invite you to use your time on earth to do good. You must not think that you must take up a great act and be a great saint. Some of you will be like Mother Teresa, who is over here in great glory, might be added. But even the simplest little acts of kindness make all the difference. In the spiritualist church, my neighbor Madge used to go, and they used to preach and say, it is your deeds that bring you to the light, not your creeds. What you believe is not so important as what you do with that knowledge and that belief. This is why over here in the spirit world, there are Buddhists who are in great glory. There are Hindus here. There are Mohammedans here. There are Christians here. There are every religion. There are pagans here. There are, Wiccans here. There are also spiritualists here. And you know, my greatest regret, my dear, was that I did not become a spiritualist during my earthly sojourn. I think I could have made great progress. But you know, I was a member of the Church of England, and there are Anglicans here as well. In fact, my own vicar is here. And he said, Rose, so good to see you in spirit. I said, oh, vicar, I said, I bet you're a bit surprised I made it here. And he said, oh, Rose, I had confidence in God and you. And he said, Rose, my dear, you were never evil. He said, I know you struggled with materialism, and I know that you struggled with patience, but your heart tried, my dear. And he said, over here we know that the mercies of God are everywhere. Do you know there are people over here in the spirit world who by earthly standards were judged incompetent, who were judged as not important or evil. But before the mind of God, they were seen as goodness. So we invite all of you, be very, very careful how you judge. You may be very surprised who you see in heaven. You know, it's very easy on the earth to look at somebody and say, well, that person, they do these terrible sins. But you know, therefore the grace of God go I. And I have to remember this, even as a spirit guide. As a guide, you know, I lead and help people. And you know, you don't have to die and be a spirit guide to be of good service to the world. Start your service. Be a guide to those in need now. Find a friend. Give a little love. Perhaps visit an elderly person. Take them a little cup of tea now and then. My dear, you will be doing the work of heaven and not even knowing it. But when you arrive here, your soul will glow brighter for your love, your kindness, your goodness. Some of you say, oh, I've been such a sinner, Rose. I cannot do anything. My dear, that is your own ego making you think you're worse than you are. Many people think that the ego means that you think you're better than you are. But the ego has a strange twist to it, that one can think one is worse than one is. Do not be trapped in either way, but say, I will try to love today. I will try to be kind. Some of you have a neighbor that you feuded with. You go, that next door neighbor, I cannot stand them. I want to throw a brick at them. But my dear, why don't you today, if you see the neighbor, reach out a hand of friendship and say, I know we've had difficulties, but I'd like us to try again. I'm sorry for the words I said if I offended you, and I want you to know that I hold no hatred in my heart. They may or may not accept you, but by very trying, you will be being like God, and you will extend the mercies of spirit, and your own soul will grow in light. Whether they accept it or not, my dear, is not your responsibility, but you are asked by our world to try. You know, while I'm here, there's some people that I should like to speak with here. I wish also here, first of all, to say thank you to each of you for being here. I wish I could talk to all of you, but the medium's power may not sustain that long. But I do want to speak to a few of you. My dear Ramona, are you here, my dear? I feel your vibration. This is Rose. My dear Ramona, I want to let you know that you're at a wonderful crossroads. Your father is here. He's asking me to tell you that he wants to help you. He said, let my dear daughter know that I'm here for her. I don't know that we can put him through the medium. Let us see if we can arrange it. Fletcher, can you help the father to come through? There's my little girl. That's my girl. That's my baby. Ramona, it's your dad. I'm here. Having a little trouble holding the frequency, so I don't know that I can stay, but I just want to tell you I'm with you. You got a lot of blessings coming. Don't give up. I know your sisters can drive you crazy, but I'm here to keep everybody in line. Your grandmother's back here as well, and she's helping us. So please just know that I'm with you. I'd love to see you in Puerto Rico again. It's beautiful in the islands, isn't it? You know, I visit, even from spirit, I come down to earth and I go to Puerto Rico and I sit under a palm tree. I do. I just want to tell you I'm fine. Thank you for always remembering me. Thank you for praying for me. I love you, baby. I'm starting to lose power. I'm sorry I can't stay, but I want to just here. Love you. Oh, there we go. Hold on just a moment. This is Fletcher. We're trying to adjust the frequency. Oh, my dears, this is Rose. Ramona, dear, I'm so sorry, my dear. We tried to keep him here as long as we could. He's not used to speaking through mediums, and it was a little challenging. But hopefully in the future he can come again and say hello to you. Well, you know, Ramona, your father is doing well. Don't worry that the transmission had some difficulties. He's fine over here and sends his love to you. I also wish to speak to another fine person here. Simba, my dear, can you hear me? I hope I'm broadcasting all the way around the world to Germany. Simba, my dear, this is Rose. I want to tell you, my dear, we know of your struggles with your health. We know that you've been very ill and very tired. We want you to know that from the spirit world, we're putting healing power into you. And in the next week to 2 weeks, my dear, you will see an increase in energy. Use this time to rest and allow your channel to rest. For in the next 6 months, my dear, you're going to be in a very strong position of creativity. You'll be received by 2 galleries in Berlin, and they will love your work, and you'll be asked to create even more. So rest today, rest this week. Be gentle, my dears, because the next 6 months for you will be very dramatic with lots of work, lots of blessing, financial blessing, as well as creative blessing and recognition. We have somebody here, Simba, also wants to speak to you. I do not know if I'm coming through. Hello, Simba. Do you know who this is? Ah, you know me well. I put my impression on you always. Some like to call me the Marquis of Dali. It is Sally here for you. Oh, I'm trying to put many dream images in your mind so that you will create beautiful things. You know, you have to understand that over here, we create from the mind before we create on the earth. So let your mind be aligned with this. We will bring you much. Andy Warhol is here with me, and he is also very excited to work with you. Keep walking about and listening for our voice, because we are with you, and I will create amazing things through you. I will help you to channel your high self, and I will help you to channel images that are wonderful things. My regret when I left the earth was that I did not even do more paintings. Though I did a lot, there was many things in my mind, and I used to put off. I used to say, well, someday I shall paint this, but I did not. Do not be as Dali was. Do not give up the possibility to create beautiful things. You will not do this. And that will help you to be inspired always. They're asking me to step away from this medium. My blessing to you. Create. Dali is with you. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. What a pleasure. I've always wanted the opportunity to meet the Salvador Dali, and he's come today. Simba, I do hope that you did receive the message. You know, for me, it was a blessing as well. People do not understand that over in the spirit world, we receive blessings so often. And sometimes we meet people here, we forget about them on the earth, but then we bump into them in heaven. And what a thrill it is. And tonight I got to meet Salvador Dali. And I hope, Simba dear, that you've enjoyed having him come to meet you as well. Be of good cheer, my dear, with strengthening your body and your mind, and you're not forgotten to our world. We send you the greetings of Dali. Blessings to you, my dear. Yes, hello. Just a moment, dear. Fletcher wishes to say something. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of electrical current here tonight, a lot of high-spirited energy. So bear with us. If we have a little frequency transmission problems, we'll sort it out. Oh, there we are. Hello, Wade, my dear. Are you here? I'm trying to speak to Wade Clark. Wade, my dear, are you here? This is Rose. My dear, we're so pleased to have this opportunity to talk to you. You've been guided by the spirit world over the last year, for you've gone through so many transitions. And we want you to know that you're coming into a place of peace. As you enter the month of June, you will find that you do not have fear anymore. You've worried about so many things. And I come here from the spirit world today to assure you, to let you know that you're not walking alone. You have a wonderful guide. Archangel Michael is with you, and he is protecting you and guiding you through many transitions. So do not be afraid. You know that you can call upon me and say, Rose, help me. You will have a new financial blessing by the end of summer. And in the next few months, you will be called into a new path, a new beginning. For the last year has been struggle, but now you're at a point of blessing and growth and freedom, freedom of the mind, freedom of the spirit, freedom financially. Trust in our world. We're here to guide you. Our blessings to you. Yes, my dear. Yes. 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 Hold on a moment, dear. Let's just lining up spirits here. Yeah, yes. Lady Bree, dear, are you here, my dear friend, Lady Bree? You know, I had a friend named Brianna when I was living in London back in the 1930s. Oh, Brianna was a grande dame. I tell you, she was a fashionista, dressed me even. And they used to invite her to my parties. I used to have grand affairs at my house, dinner parties, and all the ambassadors and society people. And you know, I think her actual name was Lady Brianna. She was the daughter of an earl. And Lady Brianna would come to the grand affair, and she used to wear the most magnificent clothes and jewelry. And I used to say, my, she's decked out in the finest, and she had beautiful tiaras. Lady Brie, I wish to let you know today that you're being called also to expand your sense of style. You know, I know, my dear, that you're focused on spiritual growth, but you can focus on material blessings as well. When you come into the earth, you're here not only to work on your soul, but to understand life in the body. So explore physical things. There's nothing wrong with exploring fine clothing and jewelry and shoes and huts. Oh, believe me, my dear, I did it all. I did do it all. But you see, the difference between you, Lady Brie, and I is that I never gave much heed to the spirit. You give so much energy to your soul growth, but we of the spirit world want you to have some material blessings. I shall be coming to bring you a blessing very soon, my dear. And I want you to go shopping with me. I do ever so much love visiting the stores upon the earth. I walk through them. Of course, no one can see me now that I'm a spirit, but I do enjoy going back to my old haunts. I drift through Harrods and I drift through Saks Fifth Avenue and all these lovely places. And so, my dear Lady Brie, I want you to know that from the spirit side, we see your soul doing very well. But we want you to give yourself some treat. Now, my dear, you do not have to spend a lot of money because I'm coming to help you. I want you to think of some luxury that you would like. Maybe a new bag or a new pair of shoes or a jacket or some sort of jewelry. And I want you to meditate upon it. And I will come with you and I will arrange for you to acquire it at a very good price. We of the spirit world work in the background often to bring blessings to our charges. And I want, my dear, to be your friend. You know, in previous lives, my dear, you've done such good. As I believe you know, my dear, you were a priestess of Avalon in the ancient times. And you saved many people's lives by your wise advice, by your healing, and by your communion with Nimue, Lady of the Lake. This has a soul blessing that is still with you. And we know, my dears, that you're drawn to doing good works, that you're allowed to receive for yourself. So let me, my dear, bring you some blessings. I hope that this will bring you a little joy into your evening. Many blessings to you. Thank you for receiving me today. Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment. We've got to adjust the frequency. There we go. I don't see her here. She's here tonight. My dear Lady Cola, Baroness Kohler. I have a message for you. This is Rose. I know, my dear, you know me well. I've often visited you. Just last night I was with you while you were sleeping, and I sat on the edge of your bed. I think you felt me. I've been coming to sit on your bed regularly, just to let you know that those of us who reside in the spirit world, we know the suffering that you have endured. There are those who do not understand the ways of spirit, and they mock the mediums. So many mediums are mocked in the material world. The earth is very hostile to the truths of the spirit world. And we over here find it very sad that those who wish to serve spirit are oftentimes delegated to the realm of madness. My dear, you are not mad. You have received our presences, and we have given you evidence. It was I who moved the objects about your room. It was I who moved the bed. When you saw the bed crunched down, that was me. I've been eating a little too many scones over here, and I did leave a bit of an impression on the mattress. But, my dear, do not fear. I only come to shore you up, to let you know that you're not alone. My dear, I have been to visit your mother, and I must be honest with you, my dear. Her light is glowing bright, and that means that she is preparing her soul to come to our world. If she wishes, my dear, to communicate more fully with you, please be present for her. You will help her much. She's ready to hear the truths of the spirit world, and I will be there to guide you. She's not yet ready to go, my dear. She's deciding her fate. Many people do not understand that a soul comes to an exit point on their chart, but they decide whether to go or to stay. But, my dear, at a certain point, one loses the choice when the body is so far gone. Your mother could yet reverse this if she wants to, but it looks as if she's nearing the end of her decision-making process. So it is important that you communicate to her that from over here in the spirit world, we are extending to her a lifeline. If she wishes to take it, she will be restored in the next 6 months. But if she does not want to take it, she is not obligated. Know that it is her choice, but we will help her. And if she wishes to cross to our world, we will be there to escort her. You need not fear. She will not go to the other side alone or be abandoned. The spirit world has its eye on her. I do hope, my dear, this has helped you. I send to you my blessings, and please impart my words to your dear mother. May she be blessed in her decision-making. Oh, this is Fletcher. Give us just a moment here. Oh, dear. I think we're back. Oh, I tell you, the medium's power is a little wonky tonight. There's so much electrical current in the atmosphere. You know, mediums are very sensitive to vibrations, electrical and otherwise. And there's a lot of static electricity in the air, and it seems to be affecting the nervous system. So we're doing a delicate balancing act to be able to transmit through him without damaging the nervous system. So do bear with us as we work on this process. Well, I think the power is sufficient for a little more. Fletcher says it is. Amy, my dear. Amy Radcliffe, my dear. Can you hear me? Oh, dear, it is so good to be here with you. I'm always thrilled when I get to visit with you, my dear. I think that had you lived in my time, we would have been fast friends, my dear. I could see us now walking the streets of Mayfair, having tea, in shopping for antiques. I think you like a bit of luxury in your life, my dear. And you know I was never one to be short on luxury. You know I was very fortunate, dear Amy, that I had the ability to buy anything I wanted. During my earthly life, I was very wealthy. And you know, I suppose I took it for granted. I grew up that way. My father was a member of the aristocracy, and we were very well placed in society. And I think sometimes growing up very wealthy put me at a bit of a disadvantage, for I cared more about the earthly things than the things of spirit. This is why, my dear, I think you and I would be friends, for I do believe that you, my dear, care more about the things of spirit than the earthly things, and I think you would have taught me much. My friend Madge is over here, and she says you're quite a dear soul, and she said you have many souls in the spirit world who speak well about you. So I'm pleased to let you know that you're talked about over here, and good things are said. They say things such as, her soul is bright, she has much love in her heart, all sort of good things, my dear. You know, dear Amy, I must say, I know you've gone through a lot in the last few years, but your service is seen over here. We know that you're giving love. You're a shining example. If more people on the earth would have compassion on the elderly would make wonderful transitions to spirit, and the souls who serve them would grow immensely. So if you think at times yourself alone, or you feel overwhelmed, know that we of the spirit world see and know, and you are not forgotten to us. I have a special friend here who wishes to come and visit while the channel is open. Give us just a moment. Amy, you know who this is. I'm getting better at this. I feel like I've gotten so much stronger. When I first came over here, it was very hard for me because I couldn't rest. I was so exhausted from the physical trauma of my life and death. And I got here and they kept telling me, rest, rest, they said. But I fought them. I said, I have to go back. I think I was confused. I felt like I left without resolving a lot of things. And they said I could come back, but it'd be a while. And I said, why? Why can't I go back? They said, you're not strong enough. Well, anyways, I'm getting stronger. It's taken me a while. But look, I'm strong enough to start to talk more fully like this to you. I feel a rapport with this guy, this medium. He's easy to connect to. He seems to be, I don't know how to explain it. We have to talk through a medium's body. We have to use the energy. And sometimes it feels like it's a strain for me because it doesn't feel like I have a strength, but I feel like I have the strength now. They tell me I'm doing well. And it's wonderful because as I'm able to do this, I can do more. I can come and talk to you. I have been around you every night the last 2 weeks. I hope you know it. When you're really tired, you think, I can't do another day's work. I can't help my aunt. I can't do anything. That's when I'm there. So when you're laying on the couch, you're just crashing on the sofa, just call him. You say, Thomas, come and help me. And I'll be there. I do love you, and I never said it proper. But I'm getting the strength to say it now. Do you hear me? Thomas is here. I am Thomas, and I love you. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your love. Thank you for always staying with me. Even when I pushed you away, you still loved me and forgave me. Heck, I think I pushed everybody away the last 2 weeks. I just couldn't deal with anything, and I was fading. I was sleeping a lot, and I just didn't even want to eat. I didn't want anything. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Thank you for loving me and forgiving me. Don't forget me. I won't forget you. I'm visiting you always, and they're letting me be a helper to you now. Just talk to me. I can hear you. Rose says I have to move out of the body. The power's fading. Just call me every day. Say, Thomas, I can hear you. There we go. And you hear us still. This is Rose. Isn't it wonderful that those who love us still exist? They come from the spirit world to visit with us. You know, on earth, as I said, I didn't give much heed to spiritual practices. Oh, I thought going to church and giving a lot of money was all it was about. You know, the church for me was more of a country club rather than a place to grow my soul. And you know, my dears, I do not fault my vicar. My vicar was a very good priest, Anglican priest, one of the finest. But it was my own fault. I pushed away his teaching. He used to say, Rose, why don't you meditate each day? And he even gave me a little book with Bible verses and thoughts. And I said, oh, rubbish, I don't have time. I was so worried about the earthly things that I forgot to train up my soul. I encourage all of you, begin today. You know, if you love your neighbor, you will be doing the work of spirit. If you love God, he will give you the power to love your neighbor. So love your neighbor, love God, do good in the world. It's really what it's all about, my dear. And like my dear neighbor Madge used to say, it is our deeds, not our creeds, that get us to heaven. You don't have to become a spiritualist and join the spiritualist church to go to heaven. But we do hope that you will consider some of its teachings. It changed my world after coming here. I learned the truths. I learned infinite intelligence is all about us. Some of you say, I don't believe in God. God is far away. But God is very near if you allow him to be. He resides actually within your hearts. Your own light is connected to God's light. Be of good cheer. You are not forgotten by the spirit world. Our medium's power is starting to fade, and I feel my soul fading as well. Oh, my dears, we thank you for receiving us. Thank you for being present and being open to us. We shall be with each of you. Do call upon us. Call on Fletcher, Rose, Edgar, Alfred. All of our names are available to you. And know that when you call, we will answer you. The spirit world is not a vague concept. It is a reality that will impress itself upon your lives if you allow it to. Power is starting to go, and I do think that I'm starting to fade also. But I thank you. Thank you for being here. Please know you are not alone. I will come with you. Please pray. Yeah. Oh my God. Whew. I think I'm back. I'm a little dizzy. Guys still here? Ooh, I haven't gone a while. Gosh, I swear I just blink and an hour flies by. But I am so glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here. I hope everybody came through. I felt Rose at the end coming through. I mean, there was somebody else also. I don't know who they were, but I think at least we got two people. I think Fletcher was here. And there was somebody else. I don't know who was here, but so thank you so much. Literary Rainbow says, was amazing segment. Oh, thank you. Simba says, welcome back, Bob. Thank you, guys. Charlotte Cox says, wow. Amy Radcliffe, hi, Amy says, I'm so happy. So I can't read. My eyes are a little blurred. I am so happy for all that had readings tonight. Thomas came through. I wonder if that was him. I felt see, when I'm in trance, sometimes I feel people come into my body, but I'm not really present enough to know who that was. I know, so maybe it was Thomas I picked up. That's so interesting. B. Leclerc says, wow. Hi, Robin Boston. She says, everyone have a good night. There's Simba. Simba says, this was amazing. Dolly came through. Oh my God, are you serious? I got to go watch it. That's cool. Cola received a very important message from Rose. All right, I have to go see this, and I'll tell her what they said, what it was coming through. I don't know. So Cola's okay. Glitter Rainbow says yes. Cola Bob's received a important message beginning around 40 minutes. Okay. Very good. Thank you. There's Stardust. He says, hey, say goodbye. Rose, Fletcher, and Alfred. Oh, so we got a number of people then. All right, good. I'm glad. I never know, I just go under, and if it happens, it happens. There may be a night when I'll go under and nothing will come through. So, let's hope not. But it has happened that way. I'm so glad. Well, guys, listen, I am really tired. This took a lot of energy out of me tonight. I feel good. It's weird. Like in a little while, I'll be hyper. Like when I channel, sometimes initially I feel like, and then I get really high energy. So I'll be better in a little while. But I want to say thank you. Hi, Lady Witch. Good to see you. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here tonight. You guys rock. So, all right. Well, I'm going to cruise. I love all of you. Thank you for being here. We'll be back here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday. Be here tomorrow night, same time, 7 p.m. We're going to do live psychic readings. So bring your questions, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, 7 p.m. Don't forget to visit my website if you want to sign up for psychic development class on Saturday. It's $30 over at my website. And if you want to be in Sunday's Inner Circle, I still have a few seats left. Just a few, I think 3 left. Email me and I'll see if I can get you on the list. All right. Guys, listen, thank you for being here. I love all of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. May you all always blessed be.